Hi, welcome to my corner. It's quite pathetic, isn't it? Let's play some falling block puzzle games. And what better game to start with than the falling block puzzle game? Tetris.
It's Tetris.
Tetris was made in the 80s by a man named Alexei Pajitnov, and the name of Tetris comes from a mathematical term which the pieces in the game are based off of.
A tetramino is a type of polymino, a geometrical concept in which same-size squares are connected to each other on their sides. The etymology of the word tetramino comes from the Latin word tessera for four, and mino, which has a bunch of proposed theories as to where that word came from. This is actually where we get the name domino from.
Tessera sounds like a female name, and I kinda like it. If I ever kidnap a newborn baby girl from the hospital, you know what I'm gonna name it now.
You see, now I want to play some Tetris, a game that would literally have 4,460 different pieces. Now, the original version of Tetris was released for a computer called the Electronica 60 back in the USSR.
It's Tetris. We all love Tetris, and if you don't, well then you're not real. I'm sorry you had to find out this way.
So many people have played Tetris.
Alright, for all you real people out there, let's remember why we love Tetris so much by popping it in and trying to play it. My cartridge is a little broken.
If you don't know how Tetris works, then I don't know where you've been since 1985, but here we go! You have tetraminos, and you can rotate them. If you fit them correctly as to where they fill up an entire row, they disappear. Even though the system's flatlining trying to read the cartridge, it's still a really fun game and I can play it for hours.
Oh, yeah, this isn't gonna work. Let's play the Game Boy version on the Switch. Now, the base game of Tetris has changed a lot over the years. They've added hard drop, they've added hold, they've added spins, and it's honestly kind of humbling to go back and play the original versions when all you can do is just move the piece.
Let's talk about the music.
Every single one of the original Game Boy Tetris songs, I end up getting stuck in my head at random points in time for literally no reason.
The B theme from both the Game Boy and the NES are exactly the same, but otherwise they have different soundtracks, which I realize isn't really saying much. Tetris has a long history of using Russian traditional folk music as its soundtrack, and I'm not complaining at all. I think that the Game Boy B theme and C theme are heavily underrated. And don't get me wrong, the C theme takes a minute to grow on you, but once it does, it's great.
I never knew there were two modes. When it comes to games in general, I'm not a big fan of endless mode. I mean, I get why it's there and it has a purpose, but I really like having an end to something, even if it means going on to another level that's pretty much the same thing.
It's extremely fun. It just is. I mean, you clear lines, it's extremely satisfying. Seeing things fit together is really satisfying. It works, which is pretty satisfying.
So, how do I feel about Tetris? It's Tetris. It's perfect. What do you want me to say? Farewell.